Hello and welcome back to the channel where today I will be doing a quick run in Train Sim World 5 on the Southeastern High Speed route. This is part of the journey mode, career mode type thing. It's the first drive and the second part of the Class 66 intro, and it's a quote-unquote VIP cab ride. So, let's get going. There's another Class 66 taking off, and is that Class 465? Yeah, 465929. That looks like an unloaded train of mineral wagons, I think they call those. And where are we? Where have we started off? Dartford. Right at the western end of this section. So let's see. Brakes are in goods mode. Hot plate is off. Stern banking come on just for kicks. Put the reverser handle in. All that is on. Instrument lights. Tail lights. Headlights set to daytime. Oh, that's another Class 465. You can see the tail lights there, and the headlights there. Looks like the brakes are well applied. Let's turn on the safety systems. And we should be good to go. I just need to let go of the brakes. Let's see here. I think the brakes should go up to 5. Yes, 5 bar. Set the reverser forwards. Alright, let's go. I'll crank open the window. Looks like we have double yellows, so that's a slow ahead, I believe. Got a cup of coffee here. I've actually been swearing off the coffee for the past few days, but I thought, you know, if I was gonna do a video, I thought I'd like to have a cup of coffee while I was doing it. Why not open the other window too? Give the quote-unquote cab ride passengers a good experience of the wind in their hair and such. Looks like we have a... Will it be 40 miles an hour because we're a freight train, or 50 miles an hour because we're traveling light? That's a good question. We'll find out with the... Alright, 40 miles an hour because we're a freight train. It feels a little bit weird to see a locomotive traveling light all by itself. Typically in the States and in Canada, usually you see a locomotive at least paired up. But obviously this is a double-ended, double-cab locomotive, so that doesn't apply here. And they don't typically run locomotives in pairs in Britain these days. We have a green light. Let's look at the data meters. at a decent amount of power. Nice. We are green ahead. Just a beep from the driver vigilance system. We can coast now. Man, I love the scenery on this route. It's so beautiful. It really is just absolutely pretty. It's so dense and lush. And there's trees, there's grass, there's bushes. It's all great. And then of course once you get to the towns, it's really beautiful there too. I didn't realize it the last time I played this route, but actually, the town that you go through, I think it's Faversham, is the home to, Dovetail Games, the creators of this game, the creators of this route. So that's a cool little, fun bit there, so I can kind of see why they would have put so much effort into this route, because it's home territory for them. Pretty cool to know. We have 8.3 miles to go to our destination, and I'm assuming it'll be all pretty much like this, going the speed limit. And in Britain, you don't honk except when a sign tells you to, so we're not going to honk for this station. Even though you would do that, and just gonna apply a bit of brakes here. Yeah, you don't honk for stations like you would in the States. But, I do believe there are, well, actually not at this end of the route. I don't think there are any, horn signs, horn posts, whistle posts they call them. It'd be a sign with a W on it. But, yeah, at the southern, or I guess it's the eastern end of this route, you do see, whistle post signs. Alright, now apply a little bit more throttle. There's a class 465 heading the opposite direction from us. And looks like we have a green signal. Turn cab light on for this tunnel. You wouldn't expect to have to use much throttle when you're traveling light, but it is, excuse me, it is easy to forget that these are heavy locomotives. I think this is a 130-ton locomotive. I believe, though, they still have good route. Oh, now we're going a bit too fast. I believe they still have good route availability because of the CC bogie layout. Just that 6 wheels up front and 6 wheels at the back. So it's a low axle load still. But, well, actually, let's just check. What would it be? Yeah, 130 tons. So that is pretty heavy for a locomotive in the UK's small loading gauge. I forget how much, this is based off an SD40-2. I forget how much an SD40-2 weighs. I could actually check quick. I shouldn't be using my phone while I'm driving, but, you know, no in-cab monitoring. Alright. Oh, the internet's been very slow today for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Or at least on my phone it's been slow. Another, what's that signal say? Green light. Alright, SD40-2. An SD40-2 weighs 167 tons. Crazy. So this is actually a good 30 tons lighter than an SD40-2. I'd expect at least some of that weight savings. Obviously, there's the lower loading gauge, or the smaller loading gauge, I should say. And then, of course, there is, this has 4 less cylinders than an SD40-2, because it has an EMD 12710 instead of a 16645. And it's been bored out more, so, so I'd assume that corresponds to less weight in the block as well. I don't know if that math is exactly right, but, yeah. Oh, this is a nice opening up area. A lake there. And then back to the closed-in trees. I do really love the look of this route. It's just pleasant. It's idyllic, really. Idyllic British route. Entirely conventional and typical. I will say, I do not know what those signs mean. I think it's red like a semaphore, but it's just a pre-warning signal. I'm not sure. Well, looks like we have a 30-mile-an-hour zone coming up ahead. And that was possibly a warning for that. So let's use the direct brakes to slow down. Let's see, still got a green light there. So it wasn't beeping for the yellow light. Oh, look, a Thameslink train. I love to see the Thameslink trains, the Class 700s. Those are really cool. They just have a complete air of coolness about them. They're so modern and sleek looking. It's really good stuff. Maybe slowed down a little bit early, but we did get the beep from the oh, what's it called? I forget it, but it's the early warning system on the train. Got the beep from that, letting us know that there was a slow zone up ahead. So, entirely reasonable to slow down. And we did see the sign as well, which really you should be following the advisories of the pre-warning signs, I think. So, we did the right thing. Yep, 30-mile-an-hour speed restriction up ahead. It looks like there's a 50 after that, so it's possibly just for this station. What station is this that we're coming up to? Gravesend. Gravesend or Gravesend? Right in the big city. Well, they probably wouldn't call this a big city in Britain, but it looks like a big city to me. Or big town, at least. Fairly dense, parking garage, that kind of thing. And I missed if there was a sign saying to up the speed. But, oh, there it is. So, I'll be to 40. since we are a freight locomotive, even if we are traveling light. Just looking at that gauge there. The dials are laid out in a bit of an odd way. But, yeah, this is otherwise... Excuse me. This is otherwise a very conventional locomotive. I mean, I think I've done videos in the Class 66 before. It's, I believe the design of... Oh, we're going a bit fast. I believe the design of the control stand was based off of the, at the time, new Class 60 locomotive, which in Britain is referred to as the tug, or the tugboat, because of the tugboat engine in it. But, yeah, I believe it was based off that. At the time, that was considered the newest, most modern freight locomotive. And this was overall based on the Class 59, I believe the control stand. Control stand for even the Class 59 might have been derived from the Class 60, if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, though. But it's a definite contrast with the bulk of locomotives in freight service in Britain at the time of the introduction of the Class 66. Oh, nice trucks there. The bulk would have been, I think, Class 37s and Class 47s, which are very old-fashioned locomotives. Well, not... maybe very old-fashioned is a bit much, but they're of their time. They're of the 60s and the 50s. And the layout of the controls is not as ergonomic as something like the Class 60, or Class 66, I should say, where everything is laid out very accessibly, reasonably even. It seems that they didn't have as good a handle on ergonomics back in the day as we do now. Or as we did even in the 80s and 90s. Which might very well have been the first time that trains were really being designed with an ergonomic... that's just... oh no, there is a yellow signal up ahead. So let's slow down. Say 30 miles an hour. But, yeah, there was not quite as much of an ergonomic school of thought to locomotives before the 80s and 90s. And even, you know, something like a classic EMD, a classic GE, the control stand is, it's well enough, but it doesn't really, it's not quite as nice as something like a control desk on a modern 6-axle freight engine, like a GE-9 or a GE Evo, or an SD70. Looks like we are slowing down up ahead, coming into a siding, but not quite yet. We are really out in the countryside now. Drainage ditch alongside the track, and a small road. Pretty nice. I'm sorry for the stuttering with this game. I'm not sure what's causing it. It doesn't typically stutter like this. In fact, I'd say the performance has been better than usual when I've been playing this game lately. But, oh look, it's a class 395 swooping by us. Oh crap! That is a red signal. Okay, evidently a stop and go signal because the game didn't end after we went by it, but jeez. That was, I got distracted there. Man. I am really lucky that was not a proper, red signal. Or at least the game didn't count it as such. But, this here is the, I think it's the Who freight. Oh, wait, no, didn't mean to throttle up, I meant to throttle down. This is the Who Junction, freight depot, I suppose? Or depot, as they would say in, Britain. There's another Class 66. Very good. Quite a number of them, actually. So it looks like we have a 20-mile-an-hour speed reduction. Excuse me. Followed shortly by 15, which we are already going 15 miles an hour. Then we will be stopping up in this siding. Alright. Oh wait, actually... Oh yeah, we'll be stopping up in that siding there. I was wondering if the switches were all set. But, yep, that's all good. Are those 4-axle wagons? They are! Crazy. I didn't realize they were still using 4-axle wagons in Britain. Alright. Come to a nice stop here. Wait for about 20 seconds. 10 seconds even. Take a sip of coffee. Very good. And that's all done. Took about 20 minutes. But yeah. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to, if you enjoyed the video, like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye for now, and have a good one, everybody.